Hello, friends. I have to realize I never turned off the mic. I never turned off the background. Hold on one second. Oh my goodness, rookie mistake.
And the Indianapolis Colts. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National
Well, just made it clear that it's been about a month and a half since I've done a stream. Give me 1 second here, and we'll turn off the EA broadcast crew as the Oilers and the Colts take the field. We're off to a rousing start here. Oh my goodness, rookie error. Appreciate you guys tuning in here. Give me 1 second while we fix this. Get that in-game commentary turned down. There we go. All right. That's a bit more like it. So appreciate you all tuning in here. Week 1, Year 2 of the Franchise Stars Football League comes to you from Indianapolis. The Colts will kick off. The Oilers will receive. I kind of blew my whole intro there, so I apologize for that. Again, we have to do, because of the custom playbooks glitch in Madden, I have to do the opening kickoff in the first play from scrimmage to make sure that the custom playbooks take shape, and then we'll be able to get to the usual broadcast view here. So we'll go, now we'll get the controllers set. It will make me do the first play from scrimmage, and then we will kind of move ourselves on from there after the initial play. George Blanda under center for the Oilers here. Earl Campbell gets the first run. He is stopped there by Shaquille Leonard, 4-yard pickup, and we are underway. So the defending champion Oilers visiting here, bringing their two-headed monster of Earl Campbell and Derrick Henry into Indianapolis to take on Bert Jones, the AFC's second-rated passer a year ago, and the Indianapolis Colts, who missed the playoffs despite a strong 10-7 record. There's Campbell. Gets his second carry right out of the gate for Jerry Glanville's Oilers. Lyle Blackwood, the rookie, comes up for the stop. But a strong carry there from Earl Campbell as the Oilers try to get the ground game in motion from the start. High formation there behind Blanda. You'll see Henry now in for Campbell as the deep back, and look for plenty of this. There's Henry out across midfield into Colts territory. 16 yards for Derrick Henry on his first carry of the game. Vontae Davis with the stop. But the Oilers, 3 carries out of the gate, letting them know Campbell and Henry are here to inflict some damage. Colts defense solid a year ago, but they lost both games. They did a pretty good job against Campbell and Henry, the 2 times they faced off, actually. But they still came up short in both matchups against the Oilers. Campbell there with the carry, picks up 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the 42-yard line. Campbell averaged more than 5 yards a pop in your 1,400 yards, the lead dog in this Oilers offense. But Henry averaged more than 4.5 yards a carry, backing him up. Here's Campbell again. This time the Colts swarm him, and Campbell just pulls his way forward, at least gets a little something out of that. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5 from the Indianapolis 40. But, you know, the surprise for the Oilers last year on their championship run was really their defense. An aggressive group turned loose by Coach Jerry Glanville saw the kind of whole greater than the sum of its parts throughout the season. There's Bland over the middle. His first pass of the season is complete down inside the 25. That's a 15-yard pickup. Down to the 24, Alvin Reed with his first reception of the season. Bland a good time there. Looks over the middle. Reed finds a seam down the middle of the field. So a strong opening drive here for the Oilers, picking up where they left off a year ago. High formation again behind Blanda. Handoff, there's Campbell again. Grabbed around the ankles, holding on is Shaquille Leonard. Campbell will pick up 3, 5 carries for Campbell on this opening drive. Jerry Glanville coaches the Oilers. Don McCafferty, the coach of the Colts. Again, each franchise has a coach pool just like a player pool. The coach pool consists of any coach who took that team to the playoffs. Random generator spit out who were the coaches to start this project, but I do have a system in place to fire coaches if teams don't go well, and then they would pick the next coach in the pool, etc. Somebody like Tony Dungy will eventually end up, most likely, coaching the Colts. He's just not the coach here at the start. 3rd and 5 from the 19. Oilers a good drive here. They would hate to settle for 3. Dropping back is Blanda. Looks right-hand side near the end zone. Touchdown. So the Oilers come right down the field on the opening drive. Tim Smith reels it in from George Blanda. And the Oilers' first drive of the season yields 6 points. Smith takes a shot there, reeling it in from Lyles, but holds on. We might see a review there, but I think that Smith had those feet down without much difficulty. There will not be a review. Rob Baronis comes on for the extra point. The kick is up and good. 9 plays, 75 yards in 5:14. Heck of a start for the Oilers to get the season underway. Again, it's going to show the images of the coaches from, from a couple years ago in real life on the sidelines. That's all just kind of cosmetic. Unfortunately, there is some cosmetic stuff I have to deal with here and Madden. I've beaten that horse to death in previous broadcasts, so I won't go into that again, but the coach appearance is certainly one. So the Colts will get their first crack here in the new season. Kickoff taken at the 2, out across the 20. Brought down at the 23 is Tom Matte, and there is Bert Jones. Jones, a very solid season a year ago. It'll show him fake stats here, but don't mind that. And just from the player that was overwritten to create him when I did this project. Jones last year, the 2nd-rated passer in the AFC behind Tom Brady. High formation. Lydell Mitchell gets his first carry of the year, tries to get to the outside. He's dragged down, picks up 3. Out to the 26, it'll be 2nd and 7. Henry walking around the sideline. Oilers squad very satisfied with their opening. Here's Mitchell. Tries to go to the right-hand side. Cuts it back, gets through a gap, and Lydell Mitchell gets out past the 40. Nice move there by Mitchell out across midfield. They'll actually spot him right at the 50. But a good carry there from Lydell Mitchell. Some shiftiness there from Mitchell. Cut back, found the gap to get off tackle. Jukes the defender there, fights him off. Brought down at the 50. That is not a great tackling form. I believe that was Frank Lick back there for the Oilers. So the Colts trying to answer the Oilers' opening drive. From midfield, handoff. There's Tom Matte, his first carry of the season. He picks up 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 47. Inside 8 minutes left in the opening quarter. First game of year 2. Very much looking forward to this season. I did a broadcast last night as Matte gets a carry outside. Not too much there from the swarming Oilers defense. He'll pick up a yard. It'll be 3rd and 6. Talking about some changes this year. Of course, the big one playing in exhibition mode as opposed to franchise mode because it fixes the custom playbook glitch from a year ago where could only assign custom playbooks to one team in a CPU versus CPU matchup, and that kind of limited all the work that I did in the project. Pass there to the left-hand side for Bert Jones. He's got his first completion of the year. It's 12 yards to Roger Carr, who was his favorite target a year ago. Hicks brings him down at the 34, but the Colts are in business here. Both of these teams have a heavy dose of 60s and 70s play on them, particularly the Oilers defense. And off, Mitchell again, cutting back. Nice job by Mitchell. Picks up 9, 2nd and 1 down to the 25. Fred Flick on the stop. receivers down on the low side for Bert Jones. Takes a handoff, quick out to the right. That'll be a quick gain down to the 20. Willie Richardson with the 5-yard pickup. It'll be 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs here for the Colts. First quarter zipping along here. The ball hasn't touched the ground much. Play action. Jones looks. End zone incomplete. He had Ken Dillinger there. He got a little bit of space on the play action. But Jones put it just a bit too far out ahead of him. First miss of the game for Jones. 2nd and 10 from the 20. Play action. Mitchell. Jones fires. That one is complete. That's Carr again. Just shy of the first down marker, down to the 10. It'll be a 3rd and 1 coming up for the Colts. Johnston with the stop for the Oilers. 2 tight end set in here for the Colts. Short yardage situation. It's Mitchell trying to cut back, and that time the Oilers gobble him up. Good job on 3rd and 1 by the Oilers. Godfrey leads the way. So now we'll see what the Colts do here on the opening drive on 4th and 1. Do they just bring on Vanderjagt to go for 3? Or do they try to convert on the 4th and 1 from the 11? And they are going to go for it, the Colts. First opportunity here, 4th and a yard. Looks like a long one. Delay, handoff, and gobbled up. And the Oilers come up with a big stop. Lydell Mitchell brought down Javon Curse. Knifes his way through. And the Colts go for it on 4th and 1, deep in Oilers territory. And the Oilers stuff them. Terrific play by Curse. Beats his man, slides through. So the Colts, an impressive drive, ends up yielding nothing. And the Oilers will take over from, looks like they're 11. They're spotted at the 12. Landa on I formation, Campbell in the backfield. Campbell gets it, pitched out to the left-hand side, gets a good block there, pops outside. He gets stood up, hit hard there by Logan coming up, but a 4-yard pickup for Earl Campbell. Got a heavy dose on the opening drive, 2nd and 6 from the 15. Under center, calls out 6. Another handoff. It's Campbell again. Campbell up the middle, out across the 25. That'll be a first down. He carries 40 yards for Earl Campbell here in this opening quarter for the Oilers. 10 from the 27. It's still Campbell in there. Henry get a carry earlier. He'll sure get more action as this game goes on. That one's stuffed by the Colts. Campbell tries to pop it outside. He gets 2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 30. There is Henry. And has to beat back here on 2nd and 8. He gets the ball up the middle. Henry out across the 35 to the 36. Henry's second carry of the game, while Blackwood comes up for the stop. It'll be a 3rd and 1 here for the Oilers. Campbell back in. Delay. Handoff. Campbell has the first down and more. He fights off a tackle and gets into Colts territory down to the 48. And they are not even bothering throwing. They are just giving it a steady diet of Campbell, sprinkling Henry in there. And look at Earl Campbell just fight off tacklers. Campbell refreshed from an offseason. And he is coming out in week 1 running like the bull that he is. Colts got to find a way to stop the freight train. Campbell pops out of the game. Henry back in. Landa changing things up at the line here late in the first. Drops back, looks, swings it to Henry out of the backfield. Good open field tackle. Stops him for a 6-yard pickup. Logan, his second tackle. And that'll take us to the end of quarter number 1. So the first quarter of year 2 of the Franchise Stars Football League is in the books. We will start the second, 7-0 Oilers. Jeff Hunter pops in. Good to see football back. I agree. And I'm just glad to be calling something. Again, with the basketball playoffs, I don't broadcast those. I let the 2K sports team just handle those. So I haven't done a broadcast since the World Series ended. I guess that's 6-7 weeks ago. So I'm just glad to be doing this again, and certainly appreciate you popping in there, Jeff. Pass there from Landa to Charlie Hennig, who was his favorite target a year ago. 1st and 10 from the 34. Landa under center. Hands off. It's more Earl Campbell. That's a good job there by the Colts. They knifed through. Someone got Campbell around the ankles, held him up a bit. Then he was brought down, no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. Landa goes into the shotgun. Glanville's offense will do that on occasion. Landa looks over the middle, batted down. Oh, nice play. Logan with the stop, reaches the hand out and bats it down. It'll be 3rd and 10. Landa tried to zip that one in there, but Logan up to the task in the secondary. So now it's a 3rd and 10 situation. We'll see what the Oilers do here. Landa drops back, looking deep, right side, corner, incomplete. Too much mustard on that one from Landa and good coverage on Hennigan there, and it'll be 4th and 10. So we'll see if the Oilers go for the 51-yard field goal here from Rob Barones, or if they try to punt and stick him deep, and it will be Barones coming on for the kick. It is up, and it is wide left. So Barones hooks it from 51, and the Colts will get good field position here. Barones hooks that one just a little bit to the left. So now the Colts, again, the Colts had a very strong opening drive. They went for it on 4th and 1 at the 11 and came up short. We'll see what they do here in drive number 2. It starts with Jones dropping back. Looks downfield, doesn't see much, swings it short to the outside from Mitchell, but he is brought down by Johnston. 2nd and 10, no gain on the completion. Barks out the signal. Play action again to Mitchell. Pressure comes, and Jones just kind of got rid of that one quick. Rush coming up the middle on the blitz from the Oilers. And Jones had a receiver in the vicinity, so certainly no grounding there, but Jones kind of got rid of that one pretty quickly to avoid the sack. Tight set here on 3rd and 10. Jones drops back, pass complete. That'll be a first down for the Colts. That's Richardson down into Oilers territory, down to the 44. Jones now 5 of 7. Two teams jawing at each other a bit. First, again, we are going to a 14-game season here. The advantage of taking things out of franchise mode and doing every game in exhibition mode means that I can kind of customize the league structure the way I want. So we're going to do a 14-game season. Each team plays the 3 teams in their division twice, as is standard. They play one other division in their conference and one division from the other conference. And that'll get us to our 14-game season. I'm doing the whole schedule. which is one of those things that sounds harder than it really is, honestly, especially with the structure of how I'm structuring the league. That's not really overly difficult. Pass there from Jones. Complete. It'll be 3rd and 5 from the Oilers' 39 inside 11 and a half minutes left in the first half.
We got that cheat code offense.
Jones drops, short drop, slant, complete. It's Carr down inside the 25 to the 23. Ryan Diem gets up slowly for the Colts. He's going to be checked. See who comes in for him on the offensive line. Have to get him stretched out a little bit there. But the Colts moving the ball again. 1st and 10 from the 23. Oilers defense came up big late in the first Colts drive. They'll try to do so again here. Mitchell the deep back. McCafferty squad in a tight set here. Receivers both close. Carr in motion. Fake. Now swung to Carr on the left side. Open field tackle. Nicely done. Nobody bid on that one. And Glick with the stop. Carr has his 4th catch of the game, but he doesn't really go anywhere. Down to the 19. It'll be 2nd and 6. May have another game tonight. If I do, it'll be Rams and 49ers from San Francisco as the Rams get the opening week draw against the defending NFC champions. Mitchell there with the carry. Stop for a loss there at the 21. It'll be 3rd and 7. Jones at the line. Drops. Has some good protection. Stands in now trying to roll out. Good coverage. Dumps it off. Pass complete. 1st down. Good patience there from Jones. Waiting for something to develop. Mitchell ended up getting 3. Jones dumps it off to him, and Mitchell gets the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Colts from the 10. So I talked in that broadcast last night about some of the changes for this season, and one of the big things to address was the sacks issue, which I improved upon a bit last season. The default Madden settings have sacks all over the place. Far too many. And of course, as I say that, we're going to get a sack here. Blitz from the outside. Greg Bingham comes around, 1st sack of the game, and brings down Bert Jones back at the 18. It'll be 2nd and goal. So the 1st sack of the new season goes to Greg Bingham. But in adjusting things during this offseason, adjusting some ratings and stuff like that, one of the things that it's really done is get a situation. I'll get back to that in a moment, because Bert Jones just hit Tom Mitchell for the score, and the Colts are on the board and prepared to tie this game up. Mitchell goes outside, kind of a bit of a corner route there, and Jones places it perfectly. So Jones has thrown well here. There are 2 defenders in the vicinity there, but Mitchell gets a step. Jones puts it over for the score, and pending the Mike Vanderjagt extra point, will be tied here in Indianapolis. Kick is up and good, and it's 7-7. 11 plays, 60 yards, and 5:02 for the Colts. And we are deadlocked here at 7 apiece, 8:26 left in the first half. What I was saying about the sack issue, the default Madden settings, defensive linemen's raw foot speed is too high. And that's what I ended up mostly toning down here leading into year 2. And what it's done, it's not only helped correct the sacks issue a bit, but it's also the activity in the pocket surrounding the quarterback being able to buy a little bit of time, being able to roll out a little bit and find a play like you saw on that dump off from Mitchell. Plays like that didn't happen quite that much last year, and I'm seeing a lot more of that in testing, and that's really what I was going for there. So I'm looking forward to that continuing to play out. Oilers start from the 20, and it's Campbell again. Picks up 5 out to the 25, 62 yards so far here in the first half for Campbell. Big Earl getting the bulk of the load. Henry's come in for a few carries. He's also got a reception. Campbell is carrying the bulk of it. And the drop back here. Looks. Oh, the middle incomplete. And that was almost picked off. Oh, Mike Curtis feels like he should have held on to that one. Blanda catches a break. Curtis can't hold on. It's just incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 5. Campbell now the lone setback. Blanda drops. Pass left-hand side complete. That's out across the 35. That's Drew Hill. Blanda now 5 for 8. 11-yard pickup. Hill on the little hook route, gets a little bit of space, takes a shot for his trouble, but moves the chains. 1st and 10 from the 37. Hand off at Campbell to try to get him outside, and the Colts are all over that one. Loss of 2, and Campbell gets up, looks hobbled a little bit. Campbell checks out of this one to the bench. He's keeping his helmet on. That's just going to be a fairly quick spell, I would imagine. Colts were all over that play for the loss of 2. 2nd and 12 from the 35, 6:57 left here in the first half. First broadcast of Year 2. So I'm going to do 4 broadcasts from Week 1 on the schedule, and from here I will broadcast 3 games per week going through the season. But new to things this year, I will also be doing a highlight show recapping. Every game is going to be played out like this. I'm not going to broadcast everyone, but every game is going to be played out, and I will then splice clips together and make a highlight show for each week to make it easier for people to follow the league and stuff like that. And I've kind of resisted doing things like that, editing and scripts and stuff like that, but I'm kind of excited about doing this one. I think this is going to actually work out pretty well. And I think, again, it's going to help people keep up with the league. You know, if I just posted every game, and even if I didn't call them, if I just posted every game, you're asking people to commit, 20 plus hours to watch every game. I don't expect people to do that. So if I can wrap the whole week up in a 60 to 90 minute broadcast, basically the length of the broadcast of a game broadcast that I do, and cover the whole week in that, I think that's going to be kind of better for everyone involved. And I can cover some storylines in the league and kind of develop the story of the league a bit better that way, I think. So the first punt of the game is the Oilers send it to the Colts, who start off here on this drive with Lydell Mitchell. Picks up 2 out to the 32. Inside 6 minutes left in the first half. We are tied at 7. Thank you again for tuning in here for the start of the FSFL. Year 2. Jones drops back. Pressure coming. Jones rolls to the left a little bit. Pass complete. Out to the 41. Jones off to a terrific start. 3rd completion for Richardson. Jones 11 of 14. Fine start to the season for Bert Jones, who was terrific a year ago. Jones is always a very underrated quarterback. 2 of my top underrated quarterbacks are in this league, and my rating system likes both of them, Jones and Kenny Anderson of the Bengals. And my rating system rates those guys very solidly, and I think that's appropriate. They were both very kind of underappreciated QBs. Now, Jones had a bunch of injury issues and stuff like that. Throws that one away. 2nd and 10 from the 41. Pitch to Mitchell. Tries to get outside. Nothing doing there. Brought down at the 42. Keith Bullock. Bullock kind of got blocked into Mitchell there. The tackle on the left side kind of helping Bullock out. 3rd and 9 from the 42. Jones short drop, hoping for something to open, and it's picked off. Jones looks over the middle, and it's intercepted. Randall Godfrey picks it off over the middle. Jones, I don't even think, saw it. Right over the middle. He was thinking Carr, and he looked right past Godfrey to Carr, cutting across behind him. Godfrey picks it off, and the Oilers take over in Colts territory here late in the first half. Of course, after extolling Jones's virtues, he throws a bad interception. Somewhere, Dwayne Martz's left. Handoff, Derrick Henry. Up the middle, picks up a couple. 2nd and 8 from the 42 inside 4 minutes. Play action to Henry. Landed drops. Looks left-hand side, complete on the out route. Brought out of bounds. Around the 25, that's Alvin Reed. Second catch of the game for Reed. Blackwood dragged him down. Chains move, 1st and 10 from the Colts 25. Handoff, there's Henry. Looks for an opening. Finds his way through for 4, down to the 20. It'll be 2nd and 6. Colts defense here just going to try to hold the Oilers to a field goal before heading into the tunnel. Oilers looking to capitalize on the interception thrown by Bert Jones. Landed, drops back, looks, end zone, touchdown Oilers. Charlie Hennigan pulls it in. Blanda throws a dart. And so much for the hold them to the field goal theory. Blanda to Hennigan for the score from 20 yards out. Perfect throw from Blanda. And Hennigan pulls it in for the score. It's 13-7 Oilers with Rob Baronis ready to come on for the extra point. So the Jones interception burns the Colts. Baronis puts the extra point through. 4 plays, 44 yards for the Oilers. 2:16 remaining in the half, 14-7. Now, Bert Jones will try to shake the memory of that interception, get himself back on track. We'll see how aggressively Don McCafferty's Colts play it here. I mean, again, there's still over 2 minutes left, and they have all 3 timeouts. And the Oilers have all 3 of their timeouts, too, so you can't really just kind of say get to halftime. So it's first the Colts to try to push this a bit. Taken from the end zone, Matty's going to bring it out across the 20. Stopped at the 23, and that's where Indy will take over. Jones has had a terrific first half, but the one mistake he's made, the pick thrown to Randall Godfrey, comes back to bite the Colts. Play action. Jones looks, throws left, complete. Around the 40, spotted at the 41. That's his tight end, Ken Dilger, who reels it in. That'll get us to the 2-minute warning. Looks like Bullock perhaps a little bit slow to get up there for the Oilers. 1st and 10 from the 41. Mitchell's a lone setback here for Indy. Jones drops. Pass over the middle, complete. It's Dilger again. Picked up of 9 to the 49. Second catch from Dilger on back-to-back plays. No huddle offense here for the Colts. And back Jones. Swings it out left. It's Mitchell out of the backfield. Complete. First down to the Oilers 46. Third catch for Lydell Mitchell. Still staying in the no huddle. Back. Swings it out again. Open field hit, and that was a big one. Jones kind of left him out in no man's land there. That's a ball that Jones probably shouldn't have bothered throwing. Good coverage there. Tony Banfield on the stop. Inside a minute, 2nd and 9. Colts yet to use one of their timeouts. In the no huddle, Jones drops. Hands, looks. Short one there. Now they'll take a timeout. Richardson's 4th catch, but now it's 3rd and 11. Bostic on the stop for the Oilers. 40 kicks left in the half. 14-7. Oilers over the Colts here in our Year 2 kickoff for the Franchise Stars Football League. Jones drops back, stands in, looks, right side. That's caught. Complete. I think that was Dowdy with the catch. Another timeout taken there by the Colts down to the 28. Johnston on the stop. 33 seconds left. Jones back under center. Drops. Looking. Moves around. Jones trying to get to the outside himself. Saw nothing down the field. Picks up 3 there. It'll be 2nd and 7. We'll see if they try to get another one off or if they're just going to settle for the field goal here. And they're going to call the timeout. Probably could have let that run down a little more. I hate when Madden does that. You know, if they know you're going to call a timeout, that shouldn't be set at 9 seconds. That should be set at like 3 seconds. And then have the field goal be the last play of the half. But, alas, it is what it is. Mike Vanderjagt will come on for the 42-yard kick to try to draw the Colts within 4. The kick is up, and it is good. So Vanderjagt hits. The Colts get points on the board before the half. To narrow the deficit, it's 14-10 Oilers. They have 6 seconds left on the clock. Another one of those EA classic testing things. Like nobody tested this and said, hey, if you're going to do a field goal at the end of the half, why not take it down to the last possible second? Joey White Shoes Johnson will get a shot at the field at the kickoff return to end the first half. Johnson, not a deep kick there. Johnson takes it at the 8, out across the 25, brings it out to the 29. 2 ticks left. They're set up like they're going to go for the Hail Mary here. Blanda doesn't really have the arm to get that all the way down there, but they'll take their chances. Blanda's going to heave it. Deep shot. That's a good chuck from Blanda, actually. Tipped and deflected and almost reeled in. That got batted away from the crowd. And Smith almost reeled that one in. But we head to the half here in the kickoff broadcast for Year 2 of the FSFL. 14-10 Oilers. Big plays. There's the touchdown throw from Blanda. Of course, the big stop, the Colts on their opening drive. 4th and 1 from the Oilers 11. They decided to go for it. The Oilers got a great stop, a terrific play from Javon Curtis to trip up Lydell Mitchell. And the Colts came away empty-handed. Bert Jones, a very strong half, but did throw the only turnover of the game, a pick to Randall Godfrey. That came back to haunt them, got the Oilers their second touchdown. And that has us standing here, 14-10, getting ready for the kickoff of the second half. Colts will receive. Maddie back in the end zone. Takes it about a yard deep, out across the 15, out across the 20, to the 21. And the second half starts in Colts territory. defensive struggle for the most part. Handoff, there's Mitchell. Looking for something, not too much there. Picks up 2, 9 carries, 39 yards. Belidell Mitchell to this point. Theo with the stop. Rookie defensive line. Make sure his receivers are on the same page. Back, stands in, looks, pass, left side, diving, grab, and it's caught. Roger Carr pulls it in at the 45. Terrific catch there. We might get this one reviewed. Did he get that foot down for the drag? Ooh, that right leg may have been up before he had possession. We'll see. 5 catches, 63 yards for Carr to this point if it stands, and there's no review. 1st and 10 from the 45. Colts may have gotten a break there. Mitchell tries to get up the middle, not much there. He only gets a yard out to the 46. 2nd and 9. That I formation. Eddie had a carry early on, but other than that, it's pretty much been Mitchell when they've run the ball. Couple 4. 3 rather, 3rd and 6 to the 49. Short drop. Hooks, slant, complete. 1st down. That's Richardson again. Jones now 19 of 24 for 187. Touchdown and a pick. Richardson takes a shot from Johnston, but gets the 1st down to move the sticks. Down to the Oilers' 42. Hand off, it's Mitchell. Trying to get to the outside. There's a penalty on the play. We have not seen many flags. There's only been a couple so far. That's going to be a hold. Robert Pratt gets flagged for holding. So that yields nothing. Instead, it'll be 1st and 16 back from the 48. Switches things up at the line. Handoff. Mitchell inside the 45. Tries to pop outside. Good job. That's Marcus Robertson. Got him around the ankle. Held on long enough for help to arrive. 2nd and 12 from the 44. Clock continues to roll. 11 minutes left here, just underway in the 2nd half. Man in motion. Oh, they run a little bit of a jet sweep kind of play there. And Carr gets it hit, jarred loose, and it's caught on the fly, and that's going to go the distance. Touchdown Oilers. Marcus Robertson takes it to the house on the fumble. They went on the reverse with Carr. Fought off one tackle. He gets hammered by Godfrey. The ball pops in the air, and Robertson takes it the distance. What a momentum changer there. Second turnover for the Colts. Baronis on for the extra point. It is up and good. And after the Colts were driving, looking for possibly taking the lead, the fumble return makes it 21-10 Oilers. 2 turnovers by the Colts. Both have been very costly. Oh, that one hurts. Colts, good, solid opening drive here to the 2nd half. They get the reverse. Carr gets to the outside. He shakes off one tackler. Godfrey comes and pops him and jars it loose. And that ball never touched the ground. Robertson picked it right out of the air and took it the distance. Maddie out across the 25, out across the 30. Good return there from Tom Maddie. He'll spot him at the 33. And the Colts will get back to work, now facing an 11-point deficit. Handoff, Mitchell. Will gobble him up, picks up a yard. That's it. Spotted at the 35. Over the stay with the stop. Crowd silenced by that big fumble return here in Indy. Mitchell tries to get to the outside. Good block on the outside. Mitchell's got something across 50 into Oilers territory down to the 47. Good run from Lydell Mitchell. Tony Banfield ultimately brings him down. So 1st and 10. This is a big drive here for the Colts. Play action. Rolls right. Oh, pressure was coming. Jones gets rid of it and hits Dilger. Good job by Jones to get rid of that one. 3rd catch from Dilger. Click on the stop down to the Oilers 35. Colts moving the ball fairly well here. Just kind of shot themselves in the foot a couple of times. High formation behind Jones. Drops, swings it out to Mitchell. Oilers all over that. That's going to be a loss of a yard. Back at the 37. 5th catch out of the backfield for Mitchell. Jones didn't like something about that. Not a lot to like. They lost the yard. 2nd and 11.
Come on, boys. Let's pound the rock. End this job with the 6-0. Keep those stakes moving. Go.
Jones drops. Looks, pass complete. Jones is really, that interception obviously was huge. But Jones is having a terrific game. 22 of 27. A short gain there. 3rd and 7. Coming up from the 32.
Keep it going.
Play action. Jones looks deep. Tipped and almost picked. Oh, he was looking for Carr. Hicks goes up, deflects that one. 4th and 7 coming up, and got to think we're going to see Mike Vanderjagt come back out here. This time from 49. Vanderjagt's already hit one in this game. This one is up and good. So Vanderjagt 2 for 2. Colts come out of it with points, and they needed that, even if it's just the field goal. After that fumble return, Colts driving down in Tennessee territory. Tennessee, Houston, whatever you want to call them. I just call them the Oilers usually. After that fumble return, the Colts were driving, thought they could take the lead. At the time, it was 14-10. Instead, the fumble gets returned the distance. Suddenly, it's 21-10. And just to kind of feel like you kind of stalled the Oilers' momentum, Colts needed to get some points there, and they come away with 3. Billy White Shoes Johnson takes a kick, and Johnson breaks it. Oh, my goodness, momentum again. Johnson into Colts territory is brought down, but a huge return for Billy Johnson. And the Oilers will start off from the Colts 41. Well, so much for the Colts taking momentum back. Johnson renders that point. Campbell hasn't come back into this game since he got hurt in the 2nd. He had gotten the bulk of the carries in the first half anyway, so now you're going to start to see Derrick Henry a bit more here. Picks up 3, 2nd and 7. Mike Curtis on the stop, down in the 38. Inside 7 minutes left in quarter number 3. Henry checked out. And off there, Hoyle Granger gets his first carry of the game. He picks up a yard. It'll be 3rd and 6. Shaquille Leonard brings it in. By formation, Henry checks back in. Heading into the high side, Bill down low. Now on 3rd and 6, they try to change up to go with Henry. And the Colts didn't fall for that at all. Stopped them for a loss of 3, 4th and 9. And got to think we're going to see the punting unit here. That's a 56-yard kick. Baronis could reach from there. But there's not really a reason for the Oilers. It's giving up the field position. So Brett Kern will come on and try to pin the Colts lead. We approach 5 minutes left in quarter number 3. Angled towards the sideline, out of bounds. They'll call it at the 12. And that's where the Colts will take over. 21-13 Oilers here in week 1. First broadcast of year 2 of the Franchise Stars Football League. Appreciate you tuning in. As always, bang that like button if you haven't as yet. If you have not yet subscribed, I hope I can earn your subscription with the broadcast here. Swung out wide. Lots of short passes from Jones. But still, he's completing the passes he's got to. Again, that one interception absolutely burned them. Really the only blemish in an otherwise terrific performance from Jones. 2nd and 9 from the 13. Play action. Jones looks over the middle, incomplete. Oh, he had a man there, and that one was just a little bit out in front. 3rd and 9 coming up for the Colts. Moved it on the low side. Jones drops. Good protection. Looks deep. Right-hand side. Complete. It's Dilger. Dilger gets free out near midfield. So Ken Dilger, I believe that's his 4th catch of the game. Dilger breaks it off for a corner. And I think Robertson thought there was somebody else over there, and there wasn't. Robertson ends up being the one who has to chase him down. So Dilger has it at the 48. 4 catches, 74 yards for Ken Dilger to this point. Inside 4 minutes left in the 3rd. Chains move. Jones drops back, swings it near side, incomplete. So that wasn't Godfrey who forced the fumble. It's 53. That might have been Bingham who forced the fumble. Godfrey's 56. Bullock is 54. 2nd and 10 from the 48. Oh, a little bit of confusion there in the backfield. I think that might have been a busted play that ends up working. Maddie and Mitchell run into each other. In the backfield, Jones ends up keeping it. And despite the pressure, he takes a shot from Javon Curse there. But he finds Dowdy down at the 20. Terrific throw from Jones. Johnston on the stop, his 6th solo tackle of the game, but the Colts driving again. Down to the Oilers' 21. Hand off Mitchell. Looks for something, there's nothing there. Oilers break through. Melvin Bethea. First man to him. 2nd and 12. And off it's Mitchell. Starts up the middle, tries to pop it outside. Nothing. There's Godfrey. All over him. 16 for 65 now for Lydell Mitchell. Certainly still a solid day. But the average has slowly started to come down. He had one nice run here in this quarter, but other than that, the Oilers have started to gobble him up a little bit. 3rd and 12, short drop. Jones on the slant. It's complete, but that will not be to the first down. Bingham is 54. I don't remember who 53 is. But anyway, Completion there from Jones to Carr, but he stopped short. Carr had to lay out for that ball. Touched while he was on the ground, so Vanderjagt will come on from 31. Hit 2 already, and Mike Vanderjagt is 3 for 3. So Vanderjagt splits the uprights. It's now a 5-point game here in Indy. 21-16 Oilers, a minute 6 left in the third quarter. Colts have turned the ball over twice. Both of them were costly. Bert Jones' interception led to an Oilers touchdown drive. Then a Roger Carr fumble was picked up and taken the distance by Marcus Robertson. And Billy Johnson, who had a great return his last time, breaks another one. And this one, they're not going to get him. Billy White Shoes Johnson goes the distance. Touchdown Oilers. Johnson, arguing the most dynamic return man in the league. And just like that, the Oilers reclaim momentum once again. They were able to cut him off last time. He brought the kickoff return just into Indy territory. This time, nobody chases Johnson down. A huge day for Billy Johnson. And the Rob Baronis extra point makes it 28-16. We're back to 12. Man, the Colts they've had a few points in this game where it's felt like they had momentum and they just haven't been able to hold it. Special teams coach is going to get a reaming on the Indy sideline. So Billy White Shoes Johnson with the big return. And the Oilers back up by 12. 28-16, 55 seconds left in quarter number 3. Defensive touchdown and a special teams touchdown for the Oilers. Natty takes it from the end zone. He's going to try to bring it out anyway. He gets it out across the 20 to the 21. The Colts have moved the ball pretty well. Both teams have actually moved the ball pretty well. We've only had a couple of punts, and I think both of them were by the Oilers. I don't think Ron Stark has come on to punt at all. Mitchell up the middle. Out to the 30, pickup of 9, 74 yards on the ground so far for Lydell Mitchell. Marcus Robertson on the stop. Second and 1 from the 30. Hand off Mitchell again. First down yardage out across the 35 to the 38. Mitchell perhaps getting a bit of a second win. With the stop, that'll take us to the end of quarter number 3. Huge drive here for the Colts. They've had the ball plenty in this one. 57 plays to 34. But they trail 28-16. Hand off Mitchell up the middle. That time the Oilers gobble him up. Pickup of a yard. And that is it. Swarm of bodies there for the Oilers. The game won't even register who actually got that tackle. It is a team tackle. Second and 9. Jones drops. And Mitchell out of that backfield takes a shot. Pickup of 2 out to the 41. 7 catches, but only 19 yards from Mitchell. The Oilers will be happy to give up the dinks and dunks. Again, Jones, big completion percentage on the day. The Oilers have not let themselves get beat deep. 3rd and 7. Flag on the play. And that's going to be a false start. So the Colts again finding ways to kind of shoot themselves in the foot here. 2 terrible turnovers. The kickoff return allowed for a touchdown. On the whole, the Colts have played a good game. The mistakes they've made have cost them. Jones fires incomplete. Starts rolling left. Saw somebody kind of threw it off balance there. He saw Richardson get loose, but he puts it out in front of him. Moments after saying the Colts hadn't had to punt yet. Ron Stark is going to come on. Try to bang them out here. Pin the Titans, Oilers, whatever you want to call them. Fairly deep in their territory. Johnson back. He's going to try to return it. Not too much there on the return. He'll start from the 19. So the Oilers got a chance to put a clamp on this one with a strong drive here. 1st and 10 from the 19. And Earl Campbell is back in this game. Remember, Campbell got hurt in the second. Kind of mixed between him and Henry anyway, but Campbell was getting the load. He's brought down here at the line of scrimmage, knifing through for a nice tackle. Shaquille Leonard brings him down at the line. It's 2nd and 10. Fakes to Campbell. Stands back, looking deep down the field. Blanda misses him deep, incomplete. Blanda 8 of 14 for 109. Has thrown a pair of touchdowns, though. Wheeler's going very run heavy. With the Campbell-Henry tandem. Why wouldn't? 3rd and 10 from the 19. Blanda, goes right, pass, incomplete, way out of bounds there from Blanda. I was almost kind of looked a little bit like a throwaway. He looked like he was looking to the right, and then he kind of pivoted at the end. A little bit of uncertainty on that play from Blanda. So the Oilers go 3 and out. Now the Colts could get decent field position. Curran has a good leg here. We'll see how they start it. Taken at the 30, it's a fair catch. Call it the 31. And that's where Bert Jones and the offense will take over. 12:34 remaining in the game as I apparently hit puberty there mid-broadcast. Better late than never. 1st and 10 from the 31. I formation here behind Jones. Hand off Lydell Mitchell. Mitchell finds a gap. Out across the 40. 1st down yardage out to the 43. 20 carries for 96 yards for Lydell Mitchell in this one. Strong game from Mitchell. Packing up lots of yards in the first half. Then they started to gobble him up a bit in the third, but he's kind of found his second wind here. Takes the pitch out to the right-hand side. Tries to get outside. He is cut off out there. I believe that's George Webster on the stop. And it is. Loss of 2. Webster had a terrific season for the Oilers a year ago. Used him a lot on the blitzes. He had so before the game when I was in the games from last year, I think he had 8 sacks. Webster wasn't really considered a big pass rushing linebacker back in his play. Pass there, complete. Willie Richardson, 1st down, 6th catch for Richardson. 1st and 10 from the 45. Clock down inside 11. Still plenty of time left in this one, but the Colts got to make some headway here.
Let's make some good plays.
Mitchell again. Tries to get off tackle. He gets kind of stuck behind a pile there. Tries to bounce it outside. Bingham brings him down. 2nd and 9. Bingham has the only sack for you. Second and 9. Handoff. Maddie fights his way forward. Only the 3rd carry from him. 3rd and 6 down to the 41. Elvin Theo with the stop. So a big 3rd down here for Indy. Down 12, but in Oilers territory, but they're out of field goal range at the moment. Vanderjagt has hit 3 field goals already. Jones drops back. Pass at the marker. He's caught past the marker, dragged down, but they're going to spot it for a first down. 7th catch of the game for Willie Richardson. He's only averaging about 8 yards a reception. Again, Don McCafferty's offense throwing it a bit more than expected, but they've been staying short for the most part. They've also just had the ball a ton of this game. Another handoff to Matty, and that time he is crushed. Ray Childress hammers him for a loss of 3. It'll be 2nd and 13 from the 38. Again, between the fumble return for the score for the Oilers and the Billy Johnson kick return for a score, just the Colts offense has been on the field a ton, and they've had a ton of possession. Jones cross back, pass complete. There's Dilger down to the 31. Jones 30 of 39. Again, Mitchell has 20 carries. So, they've run the ball plenty. It hasn't been a huge split in favor of passing. Of course, playing from behind is also kind of giving them a bit more passing to do. They've just been on the field a ton. 3rd and 5. Play action. Jones drops. Pressure comes, and Jones ends up airmailing that one. So now it's 4th and 5 from the 31. A Vanderjagt field goal doesn't really do a heck of a lot for you here. It would still be a 9-point game. We'll see how the Colts play it, and they are going to go for it. Again, the field goal doesn't really help them, so a big 4th and 5. Oilers need to come up with a stop here. Pass over the middle, complete. The Colts convert. Carr with the catch down to the 20. And a big conversion for the Colts. 7 catches on the day for Roger Carr. That'll get us inside the 7-minute mark, but it'll keep the drive alive for Indy. Movement there, no contact though. Defender on the line there gets back in time. That might have been Childress. Ultimately ends up making the stop. Pick up 1, 2nd and 9 from the 19. Back. Jones. Pass complete. First down. They'll have 1st and goal. That's Dowdy. 3rd catch of the game for Dowdy. Down to the 8. Time not the friend of the Colts here. And now there's where it get in, get the touchdown here, and then deal with everything else. Cross back. Pressure coming. Jones rolls left. Dumps it. Finds a man out there. Not too much there. Hill has the catch. It's only a 1-yard pickup. Oh, Bullock is 50. Okay, Bullock forced the fumble. That's right. Bingham was 50. Don't mind me. I'm trying to get back into mid-season form here. It's only week 1. Give me a couple breaks. Jones rolls right. And he's going to throw it away. Didn't want to take the sack there. Didn't want to risk getting hit and coughing the ball up. Good coverage, though, by the Oilers. 3rd and goal from the 6. 4-down territory, no doubt, for the Colts. 2 plays here to get 6 yards. To give it to Matty. Down to the 4. 4th and goal. Got a decent block there. So now, 4th and goal from the 4, clearly going for it.
Let's get in the game.
Everybody's packed pretty tightly there. Look for somebody to try to get out wide on the receiving side. Jones drops. Rolls. Looking. Jones looking for somebody. Jones going to keep it himself, and he's not going to get in. Jones rolled right. He didn't have an open man. He had some room, and he stopped a yard short of the end zone. Kind of got picked a bit there by John Hill. Hill didn't block. I think Hill thought he was going to get the dump ball from Jones. Jones kept it, and Hill kind of got in the way a little bit there. So now the Oilers take over from their 1. And that's a huge failure there by the Colts. And now Campbell has a first down out to the 12. And now the Oilers are just going to try to run this right down the Colts' throat and wrap this game up. Inside 4 minutes left, Campbell picks up 11 on the carry there. 1st and 10 from the 12. Campbell up the middle. Colts gobble him up. 16 carries, 72 yards for Earl Campbell here in week 1. Picks up a yard. Out to the 13. Colts not using a timeout as of yet. Henry is in there for the Oilers. He gets the carry. He gets his legs cut out from under him. Terrific tackle there by Mike Curtis. 5th solo tackle of the game for Curtis. It'll be 3rd and 9 from the 13. Colts playing a tick. And if I'm the Colts there, I call a timeout there and try to stop it before the 2-minute warning. But they elect to let it tick down. They've still got all 3 timeouts in their pocket. Colts need a stop here to cling to the little bit of hope they've got left. Oilers just put it on the ground. Henry picks up a few. Colts will burn that first timeout. Oilers will come on to punt. 1:57 remaining. Just several key plays in this game, and they've all gone against Indianapolis. Kern with the punt. Maddie back. Kern bangs that one. That's a beauty of a punt from Brett Kern. Fair catch called by Maddie. So the Colts will take over from their 29. Kern hammered that ball. Well, they're not going to be able to do the dinks and dunks that they've done for most of this game here. Jones is going to have to go down the field a bit. Off back. Pass. Over the middle. Complete. No. Oh, it looked like he had it. Never quite reeled it in. And it falls incomplete. 2nd and 10. That would have been a sizable chunk there, but was never quite able to corral it.
Get in the end zone, fellas. Down like a lawnmower.
Jones in the pocket. Rolls to the left. Doesn't want to keep it. It's going to try to throw. Now he just tucks it. Nothing there. And Jones ends up rolling out and taking the sack. 2nd sack for the Oilers. Colts don't have any sacks. 3rd and 13 from the 25. Colts only 1 timeout remaining. Jones steps up, dumps it off for Carr. Carr gets the first down and more. Carr breaks it into Oilers territory, brought down at the 40. Jones was ready to take off there, then decides to dump it off to Carr, and Carr sprints into Oilers territory down to the 48, catches for 118 for Roger Carr. We'll get down near a minute. No huddle, obviously, here for the Colts. Jones floats that one short, tries to catch Carr in stride, puts it out a little bit ahead of him. It's 2nd and 10. Again, possible. I will have a late broadcast late this evening. If I do, it'll be Rams and 49ers and the NFC champion Niners. Our first NFC broadcast of the season. Jones fires incomplete. He had a man there. Kind of got spun around in the backfield and misses it. 3rd and 10. Broadcast wouldn't be earliest that broadcast will be tonight will be like 10 o'clock. If I can get on by like 11:30 Eastern, I'll probably do another game this evening. Pressure from the backside. Jones pass tipped. Oh, deflected by Hicks. Richardson got a hand on it but couldn't pull it in. It falls incomplete. 4th and 10 from the 40. So Colts' last opportunity here. Jones drops, looks, middle, and that's a drop. Oh, Richardson's got to reel that one in. Instead, it hits him in the hands. It falls incomplete. Perhaps hearing some footsteps there. Willie Richardson, and the Oilers will take over and come out of Indy with a Week 1 win. Victory formation behind George Blanda. He will take the knee here. Colts will burn their last timeout. Again, the Colts moved the ball well on this Oilers defense here in this one. But a 4th and 1 from the 11 back in the first quarter on the opening drive. They got stopped, so they came away with nothing. Bert Jones tries to scramble in earlier in this fourth quarter on 4th down, gets stopped at the 1. Jones throws an interception where the Oilers went on to score a touchdown on the ensuing drive. A fumble from Roger Carr was taken to the house for a touchdown, and Billy Johnson with a special teams kickoff return for a touchdown. Just every big play in this game went against the Colts. Good stuff to build on in certain aspects for the Colts, but they've got to lessen the mistakes. And for the Oilers, they just keep on getting it done. 28-16, the Oilers win the season opener here in our kickoff game for the Franchise Stars Football League Year 2. Good work from Bert Jones. He and Ray Childress check in with each other at the end of the game. Solid performance from Jones. Goes over the 360 mark, 364 for Bert Jones. Blanda didn't throw the ball much. He didn't have the ball much, and when they did, they ran it an awful lot. Check out the stat sheet a bit here before signing off from this one. 464 to 214 in total offense. The Colts doubled the Oilers' offense. Both teams just over 100 yards rushing. 24 first downs to 11. An awful lot of stuff seems to be leaning for the Colts. There's that -2 in turnovers. That certainly hurt them. In the red zone, 2 for 4. But they got a field goal. They had 2 other field goals. But the time of possession, 39 and change to 20 and a half. And that's why TOP doesn't tell you the whole story. Jones, 34 of 50 for 364, a touchdown and an interception. George Blanda, 8 of 15 for 2 touchdowns, no picks, just an economical performance from Blanda, who let his backs do the dirty work. 16 for 72 from Campbell, 8 for 35 from Henry. Lydell Mitchell, the leading rusher of the day, 95 yards rushing for the Colts. Carr, 8 catches, goes over the 100-yard mark, continuing to be Bert Jones' favorite target. But Richardson, 7 catches, but Richardson only averaged 8 yards a reception. Mitchell, 7 catches out of the backfield, But only 19 yards for Mitchell there. He was just kind of a dump-off guy. But defense really comes through. And again, just the big plays for the Oilers. Kick return, fumble return for a touchdown. Who forced that fumble? Bullock. All right, yeah. So Bullock forced the fumble there that ultimately Robertson brought back the distance. Sack total, only 2 sacks in the game, both by the Oilers. That's so refreshing after the sack debacle that was much of Year 1. Bingham with a sack, and Banfield and Bullock shared in the other one. Jones scrambled outside as of late. Bullock led in tackles for a loss with 3. Vanderjagt, 3 field goals. Having an extra point there. Baronis, 4 for 4 in the extra points. He did miss a field goal attempt from 51 yards out. Brett Kern. Kern's last punt was his best, 54 yards there. Ron Stark only had a punt once for the Colts. Billy Johnson, the 102-yard kickoff return for the score. And that was kind of the backbreaker in this one for the Colts. So that'll do it here from Indy. Hugely appreciate everybody tuning in here. Again, I know it started off with an afternoon broadcast, and there weren't going to be quite as many people as hopefully we'll get in the nighttime broadcast, but I didn't want to wait. Wanted to get a game going, this afternoon, and then hopefully I'll do one late tonight, depending when my lovely wife feels like calling it in the evening at the end of her week. She's usually exhausted. She's usually exhausted Friday nights at the end of her week, so it's usually not too late a night. So again, if I can get a broadcast started by like 11:30 Eastern, I will bring the Rams and 49ers to you later on this evening. Appreciate you checking in. Dwayne Martz, how are you there, Dwayne? Just missed a good one here for the kickoff of the season. Oilers and Colts. Oilers pick up the 28-16 victory. Again, as I was just mentioning, Dwayne, I might do a second broadcast late this evening. That'd be Rams and Niners, the defending NFC champion, San Francisco 49ers. Oh, don't need to apologize. You're allowed to have a life, my friend. But I appreciate you tuning in regardless. Be sure to go check out Dwayne's fabulous channel for an overload of terrific baseball broadcasts. His all-time greats league that he's got going on there. That'll wrap it up for here. Again, back to be doing broadcasts. I haven't called the game in almost 2 months, so this was nice to get back to. Again, I had the basketball playoffs going on, but I haven't actually done a broadcast where I call the game since the last game of the World Series. So glad to be back doing it. Glad to have you all back on board. Please enjoy the rest of your afternoon, whether you're work, home, whatever you're doing. Bang that like button if you haven't. Subscribe if you haven't as of yet. And most importantly, be good to each other. And we'll talk soon. The Oilers kick off year 2 with a 28-16 win over the Colts.